You are listening to a pleasure podcast. For more from our sex podcast collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
But he wants to have sex with his great-grandmother?
Yes. She's a single and widow.
Oh.
He actually wrote single or widow.
He's not sure if
He's not sure.
I don't even know where to begin. This is a problem.
He wants to know how he can turn her into a sex partner.
Well, you can relate to this.
I've never wanted to fuck my great-grandmother.
No.
Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm KarenLee Potter.
That's my mother.
And that's my son.
We chat about sex on a weekly basis and all the things you typically don't talk about with a parent.
We like to make the most uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
So strap in,
Strap on,
and enjoy the ride. Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm KarenLee Potter.
My wonderful mother.
Yes, and my wonderful son.
I'm laughing right now because our producer just put me in my place.
Yeah, what did he say to you? I didn't even get
I
grasp
believe
of
the
it.
quote was, "My mustache looks with the same swooping style as my hair does." Neither, I don't know. It's not a compliment in either direction.
You also-
The hair doesn't look good, and the mustache doesn't look good.
And apparently your sister doesn't approve of the mustache either. What
I
did
don't
she write
like
to
looking
me?
over at your phone and I see my sister typing privately to you, "What the fuck is that mustache?" That's a private message to you about me.
Well, that'll stop you from looking at my phone in the future.
Guess what? I don't want to fuck my sister, and I don't give a shit what she says about my mustache.
That is what you said to me. Well, I don't care because I don't want to fuck my sister. And
That's
I was
right.
very happy to hear that.
Yes. Some of the people that I want to
Sorry.
have sex with likes my mustache.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yes. So
You know what, Cam?
take
It's
that,
gotta-
producer man.
Cam,
Yes?
it's got to come from within.
It's I like the mustache.
If you love your mustache, then fuck them off.
I like the mustache.
Fuck them Bucky is what I always say.
Fuck 'em Bucky is. Hey, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
You sneaky freak listener, we're delighted to have you wherever you are. If you're in your car
If you're in your car
and you're behind that steering wheel, you're coming back from a hard day's work.
and you start laughing and you can't control yourself, pull the fuck over and calm down, and then you can get back on the road again.
What is that? What is that advice?
Because I don't want anybody to get in a car accident because they're laughing so hard.
Okay, yeah. Disclaimer: if you're just starting to listen to this podcast, be careful because you might get into a car crash from laughing so hard.
That's right. I always care about my little sneaky freaks. If you don't know and you're just tuning in for the first time, sneaky freaks are our fans, our listeners, you're a
Our
sneaky
love-
freak
our
that you
loved
even
one.
came onto this podcast. We'd like to know, by the way, how do you find this podcast? Do you search for like sex? Do you search for comedy? Do you search
Yeah,
for...
you horny little fucker. What are you putting in
Yeah.
that search bar? Because there's not so many people out there listening to this podcast. There's thousands, a few thousand people.
A few thousand people,
Some
nothing.
thousands. Yeah, but
7,000.
what do you mean,
nothing.
7,000? Where'd you get this number,
There's
7,000?
been times where we've had 7,000 listeners.
50,000. 50,000.
50,000.
Yeah, but then we
listeners.
went down.
And then
Anyway,
you
it doesn't fucking matter.
And then you forget also about all the other social media clips, which every time I put one up, even if they're ones from like 3 years ago, they get thousands of views. So something we're doing is right. Something's clicking.
Something, however we landed in your ears is a glorious thing, and we want to hear about it. Give us a text at 310-356.
3920.
It's time to go into the first segment of our show, which is Lube It Up, presented by Uber Lube.
It was quite loud.
I know, sometimes I've lost control of my voice.
You lost control.
Sometimes it goes way too loud.
Well,
And then I re-listen, and I'm like, what is going on here?
and then you realize that it doesn't really matter.
No, I do realize because I have to
People always
adjust the
tell me to
audio.
speak up. People tell you to shut up. I used to be too
Who
loud.
many people
Now
tell me to shut up?
Well,
Who tells me to shut up?
I'm just saying you thought it was too loud. I'm sure you're saying that people might have thought it was too loud.
No one has
as well.
said that.
Okay.
Anyway, all right, Mom,
Yes.
Lube It Up question of the week. You ready for this one?
Yes.
Tell us about a sticky situation or a question about sex and relationships that you want to lob our way. Something that is on your chest, on your burning heart, that you need a little mom and son to give some advice about.
Basically, it's the same question every week.
I know, Mom.
No,
I just
but
wanted to
that's a good
say
thing.
I wanted to say it in a unique way.
Oh, okay. So if you had a chance to respond last week, you can always respond every week. We especially like it if you give it in your own voice.
Yeah, but for those of you who didn't give it in your own voice, which is every single one of you that submitted this week, no worries. I converted it into an AI-generated voice. And if you don't like what I picked for you, then you can use your own voice next time. How do you like that?
You're really coming on strong.
I think it's because I had a chai latte today. I had a chai tea latte.
Whenever you have any caffeine.
Yeah, my teeth are about to start chattering. I'm going to shit myself. You never know what the hell's about to happen in here.
From a chai latte?
A chai latte.
Oh, my God.
That'll get me where I need to go.
Well, let's do this then.
All right, let's do it. First batter up. Ready for this?
Yes.
Once my 5-year-old found a butt plug in my purse.
Cut.
Yeah.
What?
That's normal?
What's if my 5-year-old found a butt plug in my purse?
Yes.
What is not normal about that?
Okay, first of all, I would never, ever carry around any kind of sexual, like, dildo or butt plug in my purse.
Why? Too many germs?
I mean, where are you going? You're going to pick up your kid from school and you have a butt plug in there? Where are you going that you need to have a butt plug or any other sexual?
She's coming back from a play party, picking up
a play party in the middle
it's a
of the day,
daytime play party. Picking up the 5-year-old. She's got the butt plug in the purse.
It's a little unusual.
It is a little unusual.
Although I have to tell you that I remember one of my friends told me a story that she found she had a vibrator. And I guess it was in her bed. And her son got into her bed and he found the vibrator. And she comes in and she sees him like taking the vibrator and massaging his back with it.
Oh, Jesus. What did she do?
Because he thought it was like a massager.
Yeah, I know. But what did she do? Hey, don't touch that.
And the same friend of mine said that by accident her vibrator got caught up in her sheets and she put them in the laundry machine.
Oh, no way. This person's got the vibes going in all directions.
She had some vibe issues.
She's got some vibe issues.
And this person's got some vibe issues too because she's
writing. This is a butt plug. We don't know this is a vibe. This is a plug issue.
I know, but I'm just wondering why it would be in her purse if she's going to pick her kid up.
Good follow-up question, Mother. Very good.
That's all I'm wondering.
All right, continuing on.
Asked me what it was, and the first thing I could think of was a gardening tool. And then he said, "Oh, and it has a blue gem to help you see where you planted things in your garden." At the time, we were in an apartment.
Okay. What?
Yes. So it said it was a gardening tool.
A gardening tool.
The butt plug is, I could see it being used as like a little shovel.
Because usually they have like at the top of it, like some sort of like a gemstone look.
Exactly.
It's like a fake gemstone, but it's a gemstone.
But
I have a whole set of those.
That's not what she was thinking of when she wasn't looking at the gemstones thinking gardening tool. She was looking at the whole rest of the shape that looks like a hoe or like a shovel of some sort. She's shoveling some shit.
How big is this butt plug?
I'd probably about a 3-inch butt plug.
And I mean, for her to think it should be a gardening tool, like a hoe or...
Oh, it could be a very large butt plug. What do you think the largest size butt plug?
I've seen ones that have like beads going all the way up,
Oh, but those are anal beads.
Of course you know this.
Of course I know this.
Why do you know this?
Because I am a sex toy mogul.
Mogul? or maven? You're
maven,
a sex toy
mogul,
maven.
I don't know.
So
whatever the fuck it is.
What is the biggest... Okay, Mr. Maven.
Yeah.
What is the biggest in inches size butt plug that you've ever seen?
I have a butt plug, maybe 6 inches.
6 inches.
Yeah, I don't see that many. Butt plugs are usually not that so large. Sometimes it's a butt plug with like a little, like a, one of the tail attached to it, like a fur tail. Yeah, you ever seen one of those things?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. A furry tail?
It's a fur tail. It could be like a skunk tail, or like a like a fox tail.
When it's in, you walk around looking like you have a tail.
Yes,
that's very clever.
It's very clever.
Very clever. And if you want to get one of those, I believe we have a code for you.
To what website?
Love Honey.
Lovehoney.com. You can go to sneakypod.com, then you see all of our discounts for our favorite sex toys and stuff like that. Sneakypod.com. Anyway, this was a little sticky situation that she found herself in, wasn't it? Yeah.
So she said it was a gardening tool. And
and then the kid says, and it has a blue gem to help you see where you planted things in your garden.
Her 5-year-old?
I think this... I don't know. That could have been a good sarcastic response, or it could have been that of a 5-year-old.
5-year-olds do not. Did she say the age of her child?
5-year-old.
5-year-olds do not usually use sarcasm. He actually thought it was like a blue light to see things,
Yes.
which is I think, very smart and clever.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Did it light up?
I didn't ask her if it would lit up.
That would be something.
Yeah, that would be something. Hey, should we go to the next one, Mother?
Okay, we're starting out with a banger.
Here's from Ellen.
Oral with my wife of many years. 17 total together was always equal quantity. Past 2 years, it's been me, the husband, going down every time to orgasm, as it's hard for her to orgasm via PIV. Her giving oral is like 2 or 3 times a year now.
Oh.
She says she doesn't like it. I asked why. And she said she did it before, enthusiastically, mind you, because I enjoyed it. With myself and her prior partners, we discussed she gave oral on first dates, most of the time. Hard for me to believe she would do that as often or early if she didn't actually like it to some degree. We are mid-50s.
What do you make of this, Mother? Do you want to
the end?
summarize? That was the end. Do you want to summarize the question? Because I don't have a clear image right now.
Well, I think what he's saying is that he goes down on her all the time,
Right.
but she only does it on a very rare occasion,
2 to 3 times a year.
2 to 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Like a birthday celebration, thing like
Little inequity
that. So
there.
she does not consider this part of their sex story.
Yes, that's right. Good. I like what you're thinking here.
A little
Ian Kerner.
Ian Kerner.
Okay, but what?
Tell me about the last time you had sex.
Okay. Oh my God! Look at you
Look,
quoting books.
I remember books sometimes.
Wait. So, but then I didn't understand this whole part that she said she did in the past because she liked it, but now she doesn't like it. Is that the?
I think she was more or less saying because their partner liked it.
But what happened? So he still likes it, but she just doesn't give a shit anymore.
She's being lazy.
She's being lazy.
She could be a pillow princess.
Yeah, she might just not like it anymore.
No,
And
she doesn't like giving it. She likes receiving.
exactly. Maybe I have no idea the situation, but if if you don't enjoy something, but your partner does, it's a real act of generosity to put yourself through it.
Way to say it in a Buddhist way.
You think it's a Buddhist?
Yeah.
I think it's so Buddhist.
Well, or just, she's being a selfish bitch. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think he should definitely talk to her about it and say, hey.
Sounds like they talked about it.
You enjoy this when I go down on you, so what's fair is fair. And what I would suggest he does is sometimes women don't like, maybe jizzing in the mouth or something, So maybe he could just say, I would do it. I don't even need to orgasm in your mouth. I could just do it and then we'll have sex.
Look at that. I'd love that idea. And
it's a compromise.
How about this? If she still doesn't like it because she doesn't like the taste of whatever pre-cum or shit you got going on down there, drink a little pineapple juice.
Oh,
Eat some kale, maybe a nice mango. That thing will sweeten the fuck up.
Of course, you have to mention a fruit.
I love the fruits. Yeah, you can see all my fruit. I'm doing fruit reviews on Instagram, by the way.
Oh, I've seen.
You can find them at itscamoncam_ on Instagram. Anyway, what I'm trying to say here is I do think that you sharing how important it is for you will be very helpful. But I also think that you can get her to be incentivized too, because at least for me, if someone goes down on me, I am much more of an animal when I return the favor and go want to have sex with them or go down on them. If something clicks in that I'm way more hyper aroused and then much more passionate when it comes to going back to them.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
So maybe suggest that too. Say, hey, this will enhance your pleasure because my desire will definitely heighten when you start doing this.
I'll be much better at what I'm doing because I'm all excited.
That's right. You like that?
I like it.
Yeah, I'm getting good at this, Mother.
And I hope that these sneaky freak questions stimulate discussion amongst all those listeners out there.
So if you're in the car, you're driving along,
and you start freaking out about what I just said, remember to pull over to the side of the road.
Pull over right now. Call up your significant other
and say,
hey, baby, every time you go down on me, it's going to come back tenfold for you. what's happening.
I
All
like
right,
the way your eyebrows went up.
let's
if you
go.
guys are not watching this on YouTube, you should.
We're doing the whole video thing these days, folks.
Yeah, the whole entire video, and you could see.
And you know what? God willing, if you're
expressions on
watching
our
this,
face.
if you're watching this on Spotify, God willing, you can even open this in the Spotify app and be able to watch it there.
But again, if you're in your car,
Pull the fuck over.
and do not watch it while you're
It's
driving.
an anti-car.
Well, I just don't want anybody
podcast.
getting in a car accident.
What if they're doing laundry?
Well, you don't want to drop that phone into the laundry machine.
All right, Mom. All right, next question. This is from Shay. Ready?
Yes.
My boyfriend and I have a pretty good sex life,
Oh my God.
but sometimes I'll be turned on by the thought of having sex at the end of our day. Oh, all day. But then, when we're finally home together, my sex drive just goes out the window. How do I keep those thoughts going when we can finally turn them into reality? Love you guys and love the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
What did you look up? ESMR, AI, and decide
ASMR.
ASMR.
AI had one of these. Hey, listen, if you don't leave us a voicemail, I'm gonna a voice memo.
It'll.
I'm gonna
become a
make up your own
voicemail.
voice, and guess what? You might be an ASMR person. That's what
So-
might happen.
What was the gist of this?
Hey, basically, she has a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And she's dirty texting and sexting all day long.
And by the time
It's time to fuck, she's not into it anymore.
it's too bad.
It's too bad. So how does she keep those thoughts going when they're actually they can turn that fantasy into reality? I relate to this shit.
You get tired.
During the day, I can be, I go through heightened periods of arousal, and then I can
What do
be
you mean?
ready.
What do you mean by I go through heightened periods of arousal?
Hormones are constantly changing in the body.
No, it's not hormones. It's your thoughts. What do you all of a sudden?
Sometimes I'm hungry for it, and sometimes I'm not during the day. It's similar to food. Sometimes I'm hungry, sometimes I'm not. The times I'm hungry, I want to be having sex, and then I'm not talking about food sex. I'm not talking about
Are you
food.
talking about fruit?
No, I'm not talking about fruit. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is sometimes I'm horny and I want to have sex, and then sometimes later on when it's actually time that I could have sex, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not feeling that heightened state of arousal right now.
I think it's the opposite for me.
You don't feel it.
No, I need to be relaxed. I cannot. These will come up to me in the middle of the day and say, "Let's have sex." I'm like, no, I'm not going to have sex in the middle of the day. I'm not aroused right now when I'm in the middle of doing my physical therapy exercises or whatever the fuck I do. So basically, when I'm relaxed, that's when I want to have sex. And it's not usually during the day. And I think most women are like me, but this woman is the opposite.
This woman is saying, hey, during the day, she's wanting to get, or whenever, she's wanting to get it down. And then when it comes time, it loses some of the luster.
Yes.
Do you have any suggestions?
Go, take advantage of it when you can.
Yeah,
No.
when you can have sex during the day, I think take advantage of it.
But I don't think that's the answer. I think the answer is dirty texting each other.
Yeah, that's nice. That's what she's doing right now.
No, I mean at night, right before you're about to.
You want to bring the texting
All the way through.
right up to
Who
the...
said it? Is it Esther Perel or one?
Yes.
Sex begins at the moment.
Yes.
Foreplay begins at the moment that you're have an orgasm or something like that.
Yeah. Your next sexual encounter begins the moment after your orgasm.
So, all right, Guru, what do you think?
I love that quote, and I also think that quote might be wrong, and all that I misquoted her, but there's something along those lines. And also, I think a massage might be good here.
Great idea.
Get something to get
That's
in the
what
mood.
I'm talking about, Cam. Relaxing.
Get the foreplay going. Maybe a role play as well. It was a Freudian slip, but it could be good.
Foreplay. Put on your. Oh, you don't want to. Yeah, put on your sexy negligee, even if you don't want to, because maybe it'll get you in the mood, even though you don't think it will get you in the mood.
I'm seeing a little trend here. We got Alan who's talking about his wife who doesn't want to go down on him, but it could. What she needs to realize, going down on him might then get the whole train moving.
It's a trend.
It gets the whole snowball going. You want to get the snowball to start rolling, even if you're not in the mood.
You know who doesn't have any problem getting in the mood?
Who?
Our first listener, who's got a butt plug in her God blessed purse.
That's exactly right.
Who is that?
That's anonymous.
Anonymous. Okay.
Okay, here's Jonathan. I hope that helps, Shay. Love you and love that you're listening to the podcast, and please pull over on the side of the road. Okay, this is to Jonathan.
Yes, my great-grandmother is 84 and single or widow. How can I turn her into a sex partner? Also, how can I get into Nina Hartley DM?
Okay.
Okay, let's start with the first part. Did he want to have sex with his 83-year-old grandmother? What was that?
Yes, my great-grandmother is 84.
84.
Are you
And he
liking?
wants
It's
to-
pretty impressive.
That
huh?
was really impressive.
Thank you.
But he wants to have sex with his great-grandmother?
Yes, she's a single and widow.
Oh,
He actually wrote single or widow.
he's not sure if
He's not sure.
I don't even know where to begin. This is a problem.
He wants to know how he
you
can
also
turn her into a sex partner.
Well, you can relate to this.
I've never wanted to fuck my great-grandmother.
No. Did you even know your great-grandmother?
I don't know if I ever met my great-grandmother. Did I?
Gigi.
Okay.
Great-grandma Gigi. I think you did, but you were like very young. But
Yeah, I
even if
didn't-
it was, if you ever desired to fuck my mother, like your grandmother,
No.
well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. What I don't understand is what's going on here. What is that?
I don't know. Maybe we can answer the second question, which how can I get into Nina Hartley's DMs?
That's a tough one because
She's a busy girl.
Well, I mean, she still's working. So, I mean, I think if you look online to ways to contact her,
Nina.com?
might be.
Does she have Nina.com?
I have no clue. I don't talk to her about her business.
It's off the table.
Off limits.
All right.
We
Anyway,
don't talk about that.
All right. Well, just guess what?
I
Do
don't
some
know.
Googling.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can find a way to pay her and get in the DMs.
And stay tuned to this because we're going to go in later on for my suggestion that has something to do with this.
Okay. We got Doug. Ready for this?
Yes.
I went on a date with a woman and we made out and felt each other up. Then afterwards we were talking and I mentioned that I have a strain of HPV which causes warts on my fingers. We part ways for the night. I text her the next morning and she replies that she was up all night worried that I gave her HPV and that now she is going to get ovarian cancer.
Oh.
I did some research and there are over 100 types of HPV. I have it on my hands and feet, but not on my genitals. How can I reassure her that what I have will not give her cancer? I have slept with 3 women in my entire life, and now I'm accused of being riddled with STDs.
When I heard this at first, it was like the opposite of you.
The person,
You're that person who freaks out.
I feel bad for this guy. This is a
sounds like-
shitty situation to
It
find
sounds
himself
like
in.
hand, foot, and mouth disease.
No, some people have warts on their hands and their feet. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, actually, I knew a guy in college who definitely had warts.
Yeah, these are all types HPV. Anytime you see a wart, it usually is this form of HPV. There are hundreds of types of HPV.
Right.
And usually the ones that have warts are actually not cancerous.
Oh,
That is,
I hope you're listening here.
yeah. So
What's this guy's
it's
name?
actually the ones that where the warts don't show up that tend to be the cancerous types.
What do you mean? Warts don't show up.
HPV doesn't always result in warts. Certain
Oh, yeah,
strains
yeah,
result
yeah.
in warts.
And you know what?
The ones that don't have warts usually are the ones, there are not so many cancerous ones, but the cancerous ones don't usually have warts accompanied with it.
Exactly. And I have had, I'm going to true confessions, I have had HPV. Somebody gave it to me. I'm not going to mention names, but he didn't know that he had it.
Yeah, because
It's silent, And I got it during a routine pap smear
Yep.
that said I had it. And then all they did was they watched it, and guess what? It went away.
I think
So you don't have to be freaked out about everything.
I think, first of all, when people usually refer to HPV as a sexually transmitted disease, it is usually in the oral or genital area. It's not usually in the hands or feet. But I'm not a doctor.
You just plain one on TV.
All I can say is you can definitely do some research, and she could do some research that will suggest, hey, this is not transmitted through sexual contact, but it could be transmitted through physical contact from hand to hand or foot to foot usually.
What is that? Just warts?
Warts.
Yeah.
And if someone has a wart, you just don't touch it.
Who
That's
the hell
it.
wants to touch a wart anyway?
No one wants a wart, but if it's not the end of the world, if you get a wart, people get warts. It's a thing. That's it. Doug, I'm sorry that you're going through that.
Yeah, Doug.
And hopefully research in science will help clear that up. We're not doctors. We can't give you fucking perfect advice, but
Well,
from my
you could go to
nonsense fucking Googling.
He could go to a urologist who can shed some light.
No, but the urologist, you should go to a primary care physician who can handle warts.
Yeah.
You can freeze that shit off, whatever. Anyway, all right. Hope that helps, Doug. Happy that you've had sex with another person in your life. We're up to 3.
Look at you making the lemonade out of lemons.
That's right. This is from Anonymous.
In a doctor's office at the reception. We hired a new DR, and I think she is absolutely gorgeous. Mind you, I am old enough to be her mother. 56, she is 31, and I consider myself very straight. But damn, I can't stop thinking about her, wanting to touch her beautiful soft skin and taste her. Fortunately for me, she's leaving the practice, and I will probably never see her again. I want to tell her how I feel and see if she is up to an adventure. Just one night before she leaves, but that is probably a very bad idea. I have never felt like that about a woman before. What do I do?
Wow.
Wait a second.
Is that the perfect voice for this person, by the way?
No.
Why?
Because
I feel like I'm listening to erotica over here.
It's a guy.
No, it's not a guy.
Yeah, he said he's very straight.
It's a woman who
Why?
usually says she's very straight. And so she's surprised.
No,
that
she said, I've never felt like that about a woman before.
Mother?
A guy saying that.
He's not a guy.
All right, it's irrelevant. Doesn't
No,
really matter.
I looked up the data points on this person. It is a person who identifies as a female.
Then what is she saying? She's very straight.
Because this is why it's surprising to her that she's attracted to this woman in the office. It's an old, imagine this, a 56-year-old woman is attracted to the 31-year-old female doctor that joined the practice.
And she considers herself very straight.
And she considers herself very straight. So now there's a double taboo. There's got this big age, there's a triple taboo. Workplace, big age gap, and a straight woman who's having homosexual or, I don't know, bisexual feelings.
So what is she asking? What do I do?
And
what should she do, Cam?
The doctor's about to leave the practice. She got one night left.
Go for it.
Fucking go for it.
Go for it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it.
And they're doctors, so they can tell if they have warts or not.
Yeah, ask her about Doug's warts.
Ask her about Doug's warts.
You know, I don't know. I think actually the workplace is the biggest hump for me in this situation.
What?
Like, how do you?
She's leaving the practice.
So after she leaves the practice, maybe then you can text her and say, "Hey, I had some feelings for you, maybe."
Yeah.
Why is it a one night thing then?
Where does it say one night thing?
It says I want to tell her how I feel and see if she's up to an adventure just one night before she leaves. Say, I don't think it should be before she leaves. I think this is an after she leaves situation.
But maybe it will be just a one night thing that she wanted to try. I say go for it.
Why not? You live once.
YOLO.
Go for it. As long as it doesn't hurt anyone, didn't make anyone feel uncomfortable.
But it was an interesting story. I'm glad you brought that up.
What do you mean?
Not you.
Me?
Whoever this person is.
Yeah, thank you very much, Anonymous. Very a doctor fantasy situation.
It's usually the other way around.
You think the doctor is usually the one having fantasies about the patients?
No, the patient usually have fantasies about the doctor.
Well, what did she say her role is in the office? I don't know if she gave us that detail.
Irrelevant.
Who gives a shit?
We
Moving
say
on.
go for it.
Ready for Meg?
Yeah.
How do I get my husband to use toys on me other than large dildos? I prefer clit stimulation, and he won't use my favorite toy on me.
Oh, I saw this before ahead of time, and I was thinking to myself, what the fuck?
Fuck this guy?
Fuck this guy. But it is her husband.
Why?
Why? Because men, or maybe I shouldn't say men, women too, have this misinformation that a dildo is something that you enjoy just putting inside of you, and it doesn't have anything to do with the clit. When in fact, the clit is the only thing that it should matter.
But why does he give a shit if he's open to large dildos?
Right.
A dildo looks and feels more like a penis. Like if you're gonna feel jealousy or competition with an object, that you imagine a larger dildo over a clit stimulator. It's a machine.
Because they think, well, she's going to get addicted to it and she won't be able to come without it. And there's all kinds of myths and stereotypes and misinformation. And I just say,
Fuck 'em, Bucky.
Fuck 'em, Bucky. Use that clit stimulator at all times, especially during sex.
So how does she share that with him?
She brings it out while she's getting on top of him, and she puts it on her clit, and he will feel the vibrations. He's going to like it, and you're going to thank me later. All right? That's the end of that story, Meg.
Mic drop. Okay. How about this from Colette?
Best piece of advice for a broken heart.
Oh,
Colette. Sweet Colette.
a broken heart.
A broken-hearted Colette. I'm sorry to hear about that. Do you have advice for someone with a broken heart?
Yes.
What?
Be kind to yourself. Get yourself a massage.
Oh.
Make sure you go out with people that nurture you and lift you up. And be careful about jumping into bed with the first horse you find.
Horse?
I don't know. Just be careful because you're in a vulnerable state. And if you just go get laid, you may end up feeling worse later on. So just be careful.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying just be careful with who you're doing it with.
I think that's beautiful advice.
Thank you.
I think that the idea of putting yourself in a nice cocoon of love,
A cocoon of love.
cocoon of self-love, surrounded by
Friendships.
friends and family,
Yeah.
a safe, comfortable space where you're comfortable and kind to your body.
And get yourself a good massage.
That's right. To get the massage, put yourself in a nice warm blanket, eat some nice comfort meals,
Little
cry.
mac and cheese.
Cry is good.
Oh, listen to some really good music that's not going to upset you.
When I went through a breakup, every time all songs remind me of the person.
I know.
It's fucking brutal.
Right. Get on your bike and ride.
Get on your horse and ride it.
Do some really good cardio because your endorphins will make you feel better.
Yeah. Basically, I think living healthily and cry. I think we're missing.
Needing a good cry.
Good cries, very important. Open the gates, let that shit out.
You had a good cry?
No.
Why?
All right.
Why do you say no?
I always am down for a good cry, and it never comes out.
I have a cry every time I listen to music.
You
put
were
my
crying.
headphones on and I hear the lyrics from an Avery Brothers song. If I
every
live the
fucking
life
time.
if I live the life I've given, I won't be scared to die. I hear that, I burst into tears.
Yeah.
What a beautiful
statement and song. Oh. All right. Should we move on to our next segment of the show, Mother?
We just have a couple left here.
I think we should save those for next time.
Okay, we'll save them for next time because they are doozies. Cam, what's on your mind recently?
Okay, here's a sex related thing I've been wondering about. In tennis or any sport, you know the rules of the game.
Yes.
You get to 60 love, and then you get the next point, you win the game or whatever the fuck. There's rules. There's clear. You know when it's going to start and when it's going to stop.
Yes.
Sex, not like this.
What do you mean?
Sex, no clear ending. It just doesn't end when someone comes or something like that.
It doesn't?
No, it doesn't. There
could
can
be
be multiple comings. There could be, sometimes no comings. You never know when the fucking dance is going to stop.
I know.
What do you mean, you know? You know when it ends?
One and done.
Just one and done.
No. Then I want to listen to music and
That's it.
yeah, done.
Was that a conversation with Deez?
Nope.
It was just like, hey, we get it.
Sometimes he wants to turn the TV on, which I find to be annoying.
But what if you're coming at the same time every time?
Within the same period of time. Not simultaneously all the time, but
So this is the question.
what?
I don't think
This has
that's
something
been
to
my
do with your life?
experience. I'm just in my experience, it's a little amorphous. It could sometimes one person wants to keep going, the other person doesn't, vice versa.
So you're saying this is a problem?
It's not a problem. Not a problem. I'm just saying it's an unusual activity in which you don't know when it's necessarily going to end. It's more like a dance. You're at a party. This is what it's like. You're at a party. The music is playing. The DJ's playing. And you're dancing with someone. And there's no clear idea of, this person wants to continue dancing. This person doesn't. Sometimes it's a little...
Yeah, it's a little awkward.
It's a little awkward,
like, the song ended. I'm ready to go sit down. The other one's like, but I'm just ready to get going.
And then maybe the next song comes on and you're like, oh, let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
Something.
And then the person's like, I said this was the last song.
Yes. Or that person gets into it because it's...
Right.
You never know. what do you do with this ambiguity? This is the big question.
It's called communicate.
Yeah, but
Like, I'd like to keep going. What do you think? I'd like to sit back and watch TV. Okay.
but then do you continue? Who do you continue going to because the other person wants to?
You could by yourself. You could pull out a vibrator.
You don't think you should just stay in the game because the other person wants to keep going?
Yeah, I mean, I think it varies depending on like, is this 3 a.m? The person wants to go to sleep. Let the person go to sleep. If it's 6 p.m, you're ready to do a 6-hour sprint
Yeah,
marathon.
it's always a 6-hour marathon.
6-hour marathon.
Anyway.
For you, you're speaking from yourself. I asked you what's going on in your life, and you came up with this Cam's Upper right now.
Do you think this is Cam's Uppers?
Yeah.
Man, that's a great segment of the show. So I thank you for even suggesting that. Yeah, I think
what is your usual go-to in that situation?
I usually, if the other person wants to keep going and I don't, I'll just keep going.
That does not surprise me. You don't have to twist your arm.
If I want to keep going and the other person doesn't,
You'll deal with the suffering.
yeah, usually I'm the one bending. Yeah.
But they want to go to bed.
No, sometimes it could be either direction.
But you'll just go with the flow.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I think I'm just grateful to be there. I think that's pretty much the vibe.
So just you don't care how long it goes, how short it goes. You're good. You're good as long as it goes.
Yes. Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, I have a preference sometimes. It might be different than that person's preference.
It may change when you get into a long-term relationship because then you know that you can always do it the next day or the next week or the next 6 months from then.
Yes. I did ChatGPT this question, actually. You want to hear their answer?
I feel like ChatGPT is giving you more important information than your psychiatrist or psychologist.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely that. And quite honestly, some other people in my life as well. What?
Me?
No.
What
No, it's just very helpful. It's helpful. It's helpful.
You're saying that ChatGPT, an AI bot, gives you better advice than your mother.
It's just sourcing information from the whole internet is all I'm saying. Anyway, here's what it says. After sex, it can be nice to check in with each other, whether that's through words or just some cuddling. It helps you stay connected and understand what worked. Maybe start with a small thumbs up or thumbs down as to, continue or not continue.
I can relate to this.
You like that?
I think it's sometimes important. Like if you have like an unbelievable orgasm, I think you should tell that person.
Yeah.
Because then you can together try to figure out what did we do this time that made it so great.
Very good. Very good.
But if it wasn't so good, you can also say, wasn't the best orgasm, but
Yeah.
It's like, not to mention Nina Hartley again, but there's daily dick and special occasion cock.
It's her phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what's been kicking around in my brain.
Wait, so that's what you've been up to for the last couple of weeks since we've had?
No, I've been in clown class. I'm expanding my business. I'm doing a bunch of shit that's boring that no one cares about.
Excuse me.
What?
We went to a concert together.
Oh, yes, we did.
We went to see Billy Joel.
Billy Joel, phenomenal.
Last minute decision on our part. We said, you know what? If there's tickets available the day of the concert, we're going to just do it.
He's a beast.
I've seen him a dozen times. He is so funny, but we had.
And you are a beast.
We had some beast-like experiences that night.
You're incredible.
So we get these. All right, let's start at the beginning.
Okay, we get tickets that are behind the stage.
Right, being that we are the cheap.
Yeah, these fucking tickets are fucking $150 a pop.
But we got them for a little bit less because it was behind the stage, but it had clear view on the ticket.
Okay, so
which is a false.
It's a new arena. It was massive.
It's called the Intuit Center.
Mom walks, sees the line, decides she's going in any line except the one that's long as fuck.
Well, I found out, this is from the guy who did Microsoft. I found this out recently. He designed this very like high-tech type of place. And they had these things that were facial recognition or something that you had to do ahead of time, which we didn't do. So I see this line that's like, around the block. I'm not going to go in that line. I'm going in the facial recognition line.
She just fucking goes into this line that she clearly did not qualify for.
But we got
bulldozes our way in.
bulldoze in there
Then-
with our wonderful tickets. By the way, he designed it so that there are so many bathrooms that no one has to miss any of the concert.
Oh, really?
Which we didn't know because I'm still waiting. I like a sheep got in line for the bathroom,
Ah, damn.
and I didn't have to because we saw 20 after that.
So then,
Then I had to
You
bulldoze
bulldozed to
try
get water.
To get a glass of water, you have to have facial recognition too.
then you bulldoze into your seats. You bulldoze out of the seats.
Well, we sat down. We look at the clear view of some guy's ass. Okay, I got a clear view, all right. I couldn't see the stage. I couldn't see the screens. I couldn't see anything but this guy in front of me's ass.
Yep. And so then we tried to switch tickets. They said, no, you
They
can't
said,
do it.
no, you cannot. You can buy new tickets. That's
My
a haughty.
ass.
I'm going to go ahead and buy $150 worth of new tickets.
So she walks into some other completely random section,
And we sat down.
finds 4 empty seats,
3.
sits down. So only in the whole section.
I figured 3 seats is not a very popular number. Usually it's 2 or 4, right?
Good
So I
move.
figured that if there's 3 seats were open, they're probably not going to be
That's
filled.
what you were thinking.
I'm always thinking, Cam.
You're always thinking, well, you
and
thought
guess
correctly.
what? We thought correctly because it was a great experience, wasn't it?
Great view.
We got to see the screen. We got to see his bald little head.
Yes.
And John Mayer shows up.
It was amazing. Yeah, but and then you bulldoze out of there. You did not want to go down the
They
stairs.
kept guiding us down the stairs. I don't want to be guided down the stairs like another sheep. Forget that.
Anytime I spend time with you, I'm amazed just how much you don't give a fuck about rules. You do not listen to anyone.
What do you think that is?
You're anti-establishment.
I'm a rebel without a cause.
Yes. You do
Or
not
in
give a
this case-
flying fuck. If someone says go left, you go right, no matter, even if you don't want to go right.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
If you guys are sneaky freaks that are listening and you agree with me, please let us know by texting us at
310-356.
3920.
I also wanted to thank all the sneaky freaks for giving us those questions earlier. I don't think I adequately
we
gave
appreciate
thanks.
it. Every time you guys give us these questions, we love them.
Yes.
Especially the comments that say you love the podcast. I always
Yes.
like to hear that too.
Always love that. Mother, what else is going on? Why did you write Cam at Silver Singles?
I had an idea.
What?
One of my friends is a fellow TikToker. She has her handle is 50 is a mindfuck, and her 83 or 86-year-old mother is single, so she put her on something called Silver Singles.
Oh, wow.
And she talks about the adventures that she's going on.
Oh, is it dating app for older people?
And I thought to myself, who would appreciate this? So why do these mature single men and women use Silver Singles? Simply put, our members are with us because they are looking for real connections, from companionship and friendship to lasting love and even marriage.
This is
Silver
adorable.
Single members favor genuine sparks over fast flings. I was thinking, Cam,
I like genuine sparks over fast flings.
you can find probably dozens of 80-year-olds to squire.
You know, I've been wondering
Squire?
to squire?
Is that a word?
No.
No. What am I thinking of?
I don't know. To admire?
No. To date.
To date? To pursue?
To pursue.
This is a great idea, Mother. This is probably one of the best ideas you've ever had.
I thought about it because I remember whenever you went to the rehab center when my mother was in the rehab,
Yes.
her roommate Waltrot.
101 years old.
Yeah, she
Hottest
was.
hottest 101-year-old I've ever seen.
You kept wanting to go visit Nana. I thought, why does he want to always visit Nana? Because of Waltrout.
Beautiful, beautiful fragrance.
Oh, she had the grandma fragrance that you love.
Yes.
Oh my God. Well, anyway, that's what I thought about.
Anyway, this person who said that they wanted to fuck their great grandma. Maybe I'm not so far away from this person after all. I love the older generations.
Remember, I said, I will get back to that guy.
Yes.
He should go on Silver Singles.
Silver Singles. That is right. You got the answer. That person will do some role play shit with you. Anyway, now introducing a new segment of the show called
Mom's Mythbusters.
Batman. Mythbusters. What? Batman.
Mythbusters. Why were you doing that?
I don't know. It was
because you were
just
trying to figure out Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Who are you
gonna
going to call? Mythbusters.
Oh, is that bad? All right. We're going into this segment of the show. We're going to give you some myths. Mom, you're going to bust them for us, or you're going to tell us if it's a truth.
Okay.
You ready for this? First one.
By the way, for Sneaky Freaks, I have not seen these. These are all surprises.
First one is bigger is always better. Myth?
That's the big myth.
Why is that?
Because I've been with some big guys, and I'm assuming that we're talking about penis size.
Yes.
Remember we interviewed Vince Kelvin? He said it's not penis size, it's penis love.
That's right. That's a good way to phrase this.
And I have to say, I agree with Vince Kelvin on this.
What is that?
Bigger is sometimes worse.
Look at that. Okay,
Sometimes
but then in this situation, that size does matter in that situation.
Well, that's true. Sometimes it's too big. But I think what they were implying is
Usually it's
there's
too
a
small.
general myth that seriously, I think Deej just said to me recently that he wishes he had like a 12-inch dick. I'm like, why would you say that to me? What the hell?
The reality is, this is a myth.
It's a myth, I figured.
Size doesn't automatically equal better pleasure.
Ding, ding, ding.
Sexual satisfaction is about communication, technique, and connection.
And vibrators.
Okay. I love those three. Communication, technique, and connection. That's huge.
You can imagine how you can get the women at silversingles.com.
Exactly.
Using those lines.
You want this communication, technique, and connection, old granny?
You don't call her old granny. That's not a... No, you call her young granny.
Young granny. Young great granny. Okay, ready for this? Mm-hmm. Women don't watch porn. Truth or myth? Myth?
Myth.
Why is that?
Because I watch porn.
Plenty of women watch and enjoy porn, and it's not a gender-specific interest.
No, and you should do it with a friend.
I bet you watch more porn than I do.
Maybe.
I think so.
I don't watch them. I go through phases of watching, and then I haven't watched it in a certain amount of time. Also, what I'd like to support are those women porn directors and producers and writers. We've interviewed several over the last 500 episodes of Sex Talk with my mom.
And how do you support them? By watching their stuff? By paying for their porn?
Watching, yeah. And then just being open about it.
Open.
So was that a myth?
It's a myth. Okay, truth or myth, mother?
Okay.
You can get pregnant during your period.
True.
True.
Unfortunately, if you didn't want it, it can happen.
Yeah.
But it's because hormones are still different in each individual. You don't always ovulate. Some people can ovulate at different times of the month and still have their period.
How about this? While it's less likely, it's still possible sperm can live inside the body for up to, guess how many?
30 days.
5 days.
Oh.
What the fuck, 30 days? Sperm can live inside the body for up to 5 days, and ovulation can sometimes overlap. That's kind of what you were describing.
Right.
Because not everyone ovulates halfway through their cycle, you know?
That makes sense.
Okay. Men want sex more than women. Myth. What's the reality, mother?
Women can sometimes want sex more than men.
Yep. Men and women, they all have varying levels of sexual desire.
And at different times in your life, you may have very different levels of sexual desire.
Influenced by, give me 3 factors.
Hormones?
Mental health, maybe?
No, the hormones.
Stress? Or simply their mood? Okay, or hormones.
Oh, hormones.
Or hormones.
Okay.
Sex does not have to last a long time to be good. Truth or
Truth.
myth? Truth? Why is that truth?
Sex can be great if it lasts 5 minutes or 50 minutes.
It's quality, not quantity. How about that? You like that?
That too. I agree with that.
Yeah. Sometimes quickies can be good.
But you like the all-nighter.
Yeah, I do. I
Flinging
tend
shit
to.
all over the room.
All right. Jesus Christ, mother. Ready for this? Truth or myth? Women can't truly enjoy casual sex.
Myth.
Why?
Women can definitely enjoy casual sex. I have been one of those women.
And men can have trouble with casual sex. I've been one of those men.
Conversely, yeah.
Yes.
But you also could have casual sex and like it.
Yeah, I think this is a matter of
the person, the time,
the personal preference as
relationships.
opposed to the gender.
It also has to do with where you are. Are you in a relationship, out of a relationship? Are you young? Are you old? Are you this? Are you that? Hormones play a part in that too.
All right, ready for the final one. You need to have an orgasm for sex to be fulfilling.
False.
Myth.
Myth.
Why?
You can have great sex and not come, or you can have awful sex and come.
Look at that. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
What is that like? You have awful sex and you still come.
And just sometimes your body takes over and has an orgasm.
And it's just like
No, it could be great.
a strong orgasm.
But you could be in a abusive situation. Or
Oh, interesting.
You can be in all kinds of. I mean, it really that's a interesting question. But I mean, I learned from a few years back. We spoke with I forgot who it was. Maybe it was Ian Kerner about sometimes rape victims can have orgasms.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though they're being held against their will.
Yeah, I don't think it was
Men and women.
Yeah, I don't think it was Ian Kerner, but it was a sexologist.
Right.
Well, Mother.
That was a good little.
That was Mom's
Mythbuster.
Mythbuster.
Mom's
And Mom,
Mythbuster.
I have to say, you busted correctly.
I
all
did.
7 of those. That was a great job.
I get an A+.
A+. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Thank you very much. Pat on the back if you're watching us on Spotify.
If you're watching us on YouTube.
YouTube, if you watch the clips.
And for all of you sneaky freaks out there, we're coming to the end of our show. And I just wanted to say thank you very much for tuning in. We love you so much. If you enjoyed this, please rate us wherever you're listening to this podcast and share it with a friend.
RateThisPodcast.com/mom. But yes, if you share it with a friend, or even if you just go to and join us on TikTok, I think you're going to have a good time because some of these TikTok videos are hilarious.
On that note, Mother, I want to thank our Patreon members.
Oh, and I actually put something on our Patreon page that wasn't roadkill.
Oh, very good.
Yep. As promised, I put a picture of baby Gary, my Glamma's grandson.
Glamma's.
And Clowny.
Clunkle?
No, Clunkle. Clown Uncle Cam's baby.
Very good. Yeah. I'm glad you're showing some love to our favorite people. Our Patreon members are truly what make this show possible. So thank you very much for supporting us on Patreon.
You go to patreon.com, patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom, and you too can be a Sneaky Freak patron.
A Sneaky Freak patron who helps us record in the studio and afford this space and our editors. So thank you very, very much.
And you can see some material there in our back analogs that you've never seen before.
Yep. As always, our text number is 310-356-3920. Give us a text. We'd love to hear from you. And on that note,
and let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and finding a dildo in your Percy.
A Percy.
A Percy.
All right. Thanks, y'all. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.